This is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video slash podcast is something which I see as a problem, not just in the professional world, but also in people's personal lives, etc. And that's being discreet and showing discretion. Now, I've been in the international close protection investigation world now for almost 35 years, so I understand things just a little bit. One of the big issues I see with a lot of people is they've lost all concept of discretion. Now, if you're in the close protection business, I mean the serious close protection business, not just the guys and girls that get dressed up in their black suits, white shirts, black ties and earpieces and play Bodyguard, which is more security company, man guarding, event security, etc. than close protection. If you're in the serious close protection world, you're going to be seeing a lot of your clients' personal lives, family lives, etc. A lot of their private lives, all their private lives. And you know what? You need to keep that private. What your client does is, and what you see is between you and your client. That's it. I see all the time now people complain, I've done a video about this, about guys and girls posting pictures with their clients, etc. You know what? I understand you need to promote your business. We all need to promote your business. This is why I'm doing this to some extent. But again, it's okay to post pictures with your client, but not at the time you're working with a client and telling everybody where you are. Post pictures with your client as long as you have permission and you can use those to promote your business. But I would say a month to 6 weeks after the jobs are over. That way, any information about where the client was, what they were doing, who they're meeting with is long spent. Yeah? You don't want to be posting things real time. If you're working with a client, you're going to be seeing them doing things and up to things that they don't want the whole world to know about. This is where you have to show your client maximum discretion. If they want things kept private, then you need to help them keep that private. You don't want your client to be embarrassed due to aspects of their private lives. A lot of celebrities, a lot of high profile people have their public image and then they have their personal life, which can be completely different. If you're working with a client, you need to ensure, okay, their public life is the public life, but their private life, you need to help them keep that private. And by helping them keeping it private, one thing is not going out and telling everybody what they're doing, where they're going, etc. And that's even down to people you class as your close friends. If you're working with a high profile client, a client that could possibly have problems, you don't want to be telling your friends in the pub, in the bar, in the cafe, what the client's up to, what they're doing, who they're meeting with, etc. So you don't know if these supposed friends of yours are recording what you're saying, or they're going to be phoning up the local newspaper, tabloid, local rag, or internet channel and telling them what you've just told them about the client. I don't know, being depressed, taking drugs, getting drunk, doing something stupid, etc. So this is where whatever happens between you and your clients is between you and your clients. That's it. Nobody needs to know about it. Even if it's for self-promotion, if you think it's for self-promotion, then okay, you need to promote yourself with information, pictures, etc. that the client's okay you using, and long after the events happened, etc. Now, coming over into the investigations world, what happens? Well, your clients need to be confidential, period. The investigations need to be confidential, period. I talk in some of my videos, I talk about prior investigations. They're long spent. As far as I know, the people involved, I know for a fact, the majority of the people involved are dead. And I think those investigations, they're 10 to 15 years old, if not more. Would I talk about current investigations? No. Would I talk about current clients? No. Even in the close protection world, people don't want to know who your clients are. Why? Because if people know who your clients are, other competitors will be coming around trying to steal those clients. In the investigations world, especially if you're dealing with sensitive and confidential investigations, nobody needs to know about them. Nobody needs to know you're working on them. The only time you would need to tell anybody apart from the client about that investigation is if the police turned up on your door with a subpoena, with a warrant, etc. And if you still have the information, if the information on the investigation has not been deleted, wiped, etc., you need to cooperate with the police. But apart from that, nobody else should know about your investigations, your clients, until long after the fact, until they're, how can we put it, cold cases, right? Now, down to your personal life, I mentioned about talking to friends about cases, etc., and investigations or whatever. Don't tell people, even if you think people are your friends, anything about your job, anything important about your job. Don't go trying to impress people with facts about your job. Why? Because they can go and tell other people. A secret is not a secret as soon as you tell one other person, because they can tell the whole world. And this is where, if that person gets upset with you in the future, they can use that secret against you, or use it again, give information to your competitors, etc., etc., etc. So this is where, don't go telling people anything about your business or anything you don't want the whole world to know about. If your business associates and people you trust are talking to you about cases or talking to you about anything personal, keep your mouth shut. What's said between associates, friends, etc. should be kept there. It shouldn't go any further. And this is where you should have enough common sense to understand what to tell people and what not to tell people. But generally, you know nothing. If you're giving advice to people, it's between you and them. It's not between you, them, and the rest of the world. And this is a big problem these days. People like to talk way too much. So the general rule is keep everything. You need to show maximum discretion to your clients, but you also need to keep it in mind that you personally have to be extremely discreet. Nobody needs to know what you're doing, who you're working with, where you're going, etc. Can you throw out disinformation? Can you throw out white lies? Sure. I'm all for that. Nobody needs to know where you are, what you're doing, who you're working for. That's the business. If you're working with high-profile clients, I don't see, if they want the media attention, okay, you can feed the media, you can feed people the information they want fed. But that all needs to be down into your planning, preparation, and dealing with the clients. But in general, just keep it white lies. Feed disinformation to the max. Nobody needs to know who you are. Nobody needs to know where you are, who you're working for, what you're doing. And again, remember, if you get a reputation for talking too much, for dealing with the media too much when you shouldn't, or just generally talking too much and talking about things you shouldn't be talking to other people, nobody's going to employ you, because to me that is a major issue. I've worked with people like that over the years, and they've been of use because, how can I put it, I can tell them as much bullshit as I want, and I know they'll go and spread it to other people. And remember that, as I said, as soon as you let any information out of your mouth into other people's ears, their mouths can spread it to the rest of the world. So, a little bit of advice. So, follow me along on social media. I've got a lot more videos up on various aspects of the close protection, investigation, kidnap and ransom business, etc. I have an array of articles on my blogs, the Risk Inc. blog and my personal blog, and an array of books on Amazon that talk about various aspects of the security business, investigations business, etc. And also a few books on crime fiction, so you can be entertained as you learn. So don't forget, we provide a full range of security, investigations, services, and training, virtual and physical. So follow us along on social media and you'll see what we're up to. In the meantime, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble, and remember, general rule, keep your mouth shut.